Hello designers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make one of these lovely fold up grocery bags. Now I love making these because they are so cute and you guys can pack them in your bag and they literally don't take up any space. So today I'm going to show you how to make one of your very own. I have 4 amazing colors that are available for sale right now, but right now I'm going to just show you how to make one for yourself. So let's get into this video. So these are the things you're going to be needing. Get yourself 2 pieces of fabric 19 wide and 12 inches in length. These ones are going to be for the top. For the bottom, you're going to need 2 heavier weight fabric 19 wide and 10 inches going down for the length. Then you guys are going to take your straps. Your straps are both going to be 20 inches long and I cut mine at 2.5 inches wide. Now I got myself a piece of fabric and this is 8.5 inches long and also 2.5 inches wide. I'm going to be using this with my button. Now this is the type of button that I'm using, so be sure to get one like this. Aside from that, just get yourself your sewing tools and your sewing machine and let's go. So take your printed fabric right side up, then right side of the bottom facing to the right side of that one. Give it a stitch going all the way down. Now once you're done with the stitch going all the way down, you're gonna be taking the heavier fabric. Mine does not fray. If you guys using fabrics that will fray, make sure you guys zigzag. I don't have to. Now you want to make sure that the heavier fabric is going upwards. Now the printed fabric is a lighter fabric, so I make sure that the bottom piece is going upwards. So when I do my stitching, it helps out with the strength of it. Now I'm stitching 1/4 inch and I'm gonna stitch that going all the way down. This is what it's gonna be looking like. Now I'm gonna repeat that process to the other side. So here I have both pieces. Now I'm going to set that aside for now and I'm going to be working on my straps. Okay, so when you're working on your straps, you're going to make sure to fold on, you're going to be doing your stitching on the wrong side. So you're going to go on ahead, close up one of the bottom and then stitch along the side, closing them up. You're going to take the part for the flap for the button and you're going to be closing both sides up as well. Now what I'm going to do is just to take my finger and turn this one over because it's wide enough and I can just turn it on over. But for the straps, I have a piece of wire that I normally use to turn my straps over. So I'm just going to be pushing from the edge that I had closed up and turn that onto the right side. Now what I'm going to do is to take my seam ripper and that edge that I had closed up, I'm going to pull that out. Now I'm going to stitch the other strap and repeat the same process. Now this is what both ends will be looking like. So I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna flat stitch. So you guys want to flat stitch all 3 pieces, so you just want to take your time. So this is what all 3 pieces will be looking like. Now I'm going to set those aside for a little while and I'm going to be working with the front and the back section because we're going to be figuring out how to put on your straps. So what you're going to do, you're going to be folding the front and the back in half. You're going to find the middle of them. Then you're going to take your tape measure and you're going to be measuring 3.5 inches. Now you're going to repeat that on both sides of the half, because you want to make sure you get your measurement accurate. Now once you're done with that, open it out. Now you're going to be placing the strap on the outside, so your strap should be placed beyond the mark going towards the side. Now you're going to be stitching them on. You're just going to be giving it a little stitch. Make sure you guys back stitch. Now once you're done with that, you're going to be opening it up, and you're going to be doing a fold. Now the fold that you're going to be doing is just going to be 1/4 inch first. You guys can see how I do mine, and then you're going to be folding it over 1 inch. Now I'm going to be using the guide on my sewing machine, the measurements that are on it, to guide me as I go along. You guys can use your measuring tape to be accurate if you do not have yourself the actual measurement on the sewing machine. Now when you get to this point where you reached where the straps are, make sure you guys double stitch. Give it a nice little back stitch just to make sure you hold it in place, and you stitch going all the way down. When you get to the next strap, you're going to be doing the same thing again. Make sure you guys back stitch and then continue going all the way down. Now this is what it's going to be looking like. Now you guys can see what that is looking like. But what you're going to do at this point is to reinforce the straps, and you're going to be doing your back stitch as well. Make sure you guys go up and down quite a few times. Now you're going to repeat that to the other side, and you're going to be doing the same thing on the other side of the bag as well. Now this is what both pieces should be looking like at this point. Now once you guys are done with both pieces, the front and the back, you're going to be placing wrong sides facing each other, so that will expose the right sides. So on both sides you should have your right side, so that's what you're seeing there. Now what you're going to do is to go under the sewing machine. Now you're going to be stitching as close as you can to the edge, so go around 1/4 inch, and you're going to be matching up your seams. Make sure that where you guys have the little join right there, give it a back stitch, but try to get them to match up so you have them matching up on both sides. And you're gonna give it a stitch going all the way around. Now once you're done, you're gonna be trimming up the fraying edges, because you're gonna be turning it on the other side. You don't want any of the little raw edges poking through. So once you're done, this is what it's going to be looking like. And if you can see how I do mine, I make sure to get it all off. Now I'm just turning over because I'm going to be doing another stitch going all the way around, and I'm taking my seam ripper and I'm just poking out all the little edges, because you guys want to make sure that when you're turning over you don't have the seams puckering up, because when you're doing your stitching you don't want to have any of the stitching that you just done, you don't want to have any of the fraying edges. The whole point of doing it this way is to reinforce the bag. The bag is a whole lot stronger when you do it this way, and on top of it, it really does control all of the fraying edges, so you guys don't have to go over to the serger or zigzag. Now you're going to be doing your stitching going all the way around. I'm just using my seam ripper to help me. If you guys want to go on ahead and iron, you guys can do that. So I'm just poking out the edges with the seam ripper. Then we're going to do the bottom when we're done, but this is what it's going to be looking like, and that's really neat. Now for the bottom, you're going to be matching up the edges, And then you're going to take your tape measure and you're going to be measuring 2 inches going all the way across. So once you find the center, you can literally just mark it up going across. So that's 2 inches. Now make sure you match up the edges, so the bottom seam and the side seam should match up. Now you're gonna be doing your back stitch. Now when you're doing this, you can reinforce it by just going up and down a couple times. Now this is a trick that I learned how to do to make the bottom of the bag be a little bit stronger. So I'm cutting off around a little over an inch away from the stitch that I did. Then I'm going to be taking one part and I'm just going to be cutting. Now I'm cutting the top part. So the part that is facing to me, that's the one I'm cutting. I'm just cutting out just a section of it. The bottom one you don't cut. So this is how you do it, guys. You're going to be folding twice. So you're going to fold 1/4 of an inch. That's it. And then you're going to fold over 1/4 of an inch again. Now the stitch that you're going to be putting here should not mess with the stitch that you did before. So your main stitch should not be bothered. This is why I try to cut more than an inch away. But this really does help to reinforce the bag. Now this is what it's gonna be looking like. See, that stitch is completely unbothered, and you do it to both ends. It really helps to reinforce the bag. And then you're just gonna go on ahead and turn it over. Just turn that right over, and there you have it. You are done. Alrighty, so we're gonna be moving on to the little piece. So for the little piece, you're going to be finding the center between the straps. So that's how you do it. You just fold it in half, mark it. That's your center. Take your tape measure and mark a 2-inch mark right in the center there. Now that's where you're going to be putting the little flap. So find the center of the flap and put center to center. Once you match that up, you're going to be doing your stitching to hold it in place. Make sure you guys backstitch and backstitch to close it out as well, because you really need this to fall in place properly. Trim up and then fold it upwards. Now you're gonna be making the stitch only about 1/4 of an inch away. Backstitch when you start sewing. Do your stitching and then backstitch to close it off. So that's what it's gonna be looking like. So now we're gonna be finding the center to put your button. So what you're gonna do, right where you have the little joints at the side, you're gonna be putting both joints at the sides together, so you make sure it's equally. That will give you an equal distance in the middle, and that's where you're gonna be putting your little mark. I'm just gonna be using a little pin to mark the area, and that's where I'm going to be putting on my button. So once I fold it out, I know exactly where my button is going to go. Now remember guys, this is the type of button that I'm using. So I went ahead and I did my buttonhole stitch. What I'm gonna do is to take my seam ripper and I'm just gonna open that out. Now this is what it's going to be looking like once you're all done with the sewing. So now I'm going to show you how to fold it up. So you're going to be setting your straps inwards, because if you notice I turn it over on the other side. Now right where I have the little indent that I just showed you, that's the first fold, and you do the same thing for the second fold right at the little indent. Smooth out the fabric as best as you can and then do your top fold. I normally leave about 1/2 of an inch at the top. Now for the bottom fold, it's not going to go all the way up. There's going to be a little gap in the middle. Now the bottom of it normally fall right underneath the little flap. Now you can just go on ahead and button that up, and there you have it. A cute little fold up grocery bag. Now one of the things that I love about these bags is that when you fold them up, you can literally just slip them in the side of your bag. They don't take up much of a space. And also I love them because the vibrant colors, you guys can actually wear these out and about. It doesn't necessarily have to be just for groceries, and I really like them. They're really cute. So this is another color, so I'm going to show you how this one looks. It's really cute and I really like it. I like the print that I chose for these. Now these are the other colors. These are the 4 colors I have available right now. I'm gonna be making so much more, so you guys can check me out on Instagram at Cecelias Design, because I'm gonna be posting a whole bunch load of these up. As soon as I get another style out, I'm gonna do another video for you guys and show you guys what I have in store. They're really cute. They fold right up, and I love making them because when I make them, I try to use a different fabric on the bottom. I try to make the bottom fabric a little bit like heavier weight, so it can actually take more of the weight. But either ways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this video. I really enjoyed making this video for you guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this video, and I'll see you guys again on the next video. Bye.